Mr. Davis. What was your comment? What was your comment with what she said?
I think that she's exactly right. She's exactly right. If we don't teach kids the skills that they need today to deal with this world economy, and we can say what we want about it, but that's the reality, they are going to be left behind. They're going to be left behind first in this country, and then they're going to be left behind on the world stage. I think that what we have to do is figure out a way to motivate and inspire the kids. I truly believe, from being around kids and seeing, kids have awfully good creative minds that simply aren't drawn out because the adults aren't motivating them, is my sense of it. So I completely agree with what you're saying.
Because, you know, going to school, I remember, like, you know, everybody don't catch on at the same time. You know, that's, you know, Orlando, you know, we all know that. One size don't fit all, because somebody could learn a math problem faster than another person. And not saying that he's slow or she's slow, is that everybody is raised up in a different way, right?
That's exactly right. But I do think, as one of your other guests said earlier, that there are certain basic fundamental things that our kids need to get. Our kids need to know how to read. They need to know how to do math. They need to know how to comprehend. They need to know that they have a creative side that they need to bring out to help them figure out what they want to do in the world. So I think all of those things have to go together in order for our kids to be successful. But they can be. You know, part of what I'm trying to do with my writing is write in a way that can reach the kids, that's not so esoteric, that's not so far intellectual that the kids don't get the stories. And part of it, I think, is making sure that our kids know our history and know our culture, which is being lost. As our folks get older and older and we don't have their stories written down, we're going to lose them.
Yes,
you know, unfortunately, we're not in an oral history culture where those things are passed down by memory and recited and learned that way. So I think that it's very important that we write down for our kids to learn our culture, to understand what our people did in order to survive. You know, the songs that they wrote, the spirituals, the poetry, even the prose that, again, a lot of folks don't like to tell you about, but our folks were writing prose way back in the 1760s, you know, as slaves, in some cases as free people. We also need, though, to make sure that they understand, you know, the developing culture as we start getting into things like the Brer Rabbit tales and the Brer Bear tales, which I write about in here. It's also important that they understand modern culture. You know, some people call it the urban folklore, you know, even including the Dirty Dozens. But where does that come from? What are those word skills and word play skills that people have? And how do you use your mind to put those words together, much like rappers do, but in a real cultural sense, from knowing what happened in our history and how we use that culture to overcome and to fight back.
On that note, I'd like to thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And also to the report, the young lady freelance. You got enough information?
Oh yes, I do. I have.
Good. You can talk to. Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you so much. Remember this name, Michael. Go ahead.
And I'd also like to thank, Jennifer Wilson here at Sisters Uptown Bookstore and Cultural Center.
Also, too, there was a young lady. What was it? You know,
Robin.
Yeah, the young lady who introduced us to. So we come to.
That's LaVon.
LaVon, yeah, give LaVon, give LaVon a big hand. And we're coming back. We're going to switch gears. Older men, younger women, old women, and young men. Coming up next, right here on the LMS show, and take it out. And LMS Extra Extra. Read all about it.